Well, I can tell you one thing, you didn't stumble on this for no reason. 18 years I've had anxiety and panic disorder, and I'm going to tell you exactly what it is and what's causing it. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. I'm going to make a very bold claim right now. A very bold claim. I have 18 years of research and experience and one fucked up night that is going to explain all of it to you. On December 11th, 2023, my mother passed away. She died. It was my biggest fear, even since I was 6 years old. It's been my biggest fear, and it happened anyway. I feared it. I did everything in my power to avoid it, avoid the thoughts, avoid the feelings, by scaring myself all the time. All the time. You know, I would say my biggest fear was my mother dying. My second biggest fear is feeling like an idiot from being cheated on, misled, feeling like a fool, failing. Those are my biggest fears. Those are my biggest fears. And I have found something which happened to be, or it transitioned into hypochondria in order to make sure that I never had to deal with any of these things. On the night, which was pretty close to 2 weeks prior, I had an instance where I had a phone call at 2 o'clock in the morning that I had to go to the hospital and make the decision whether or not to intubate my mom. I knew in that moment that that may have been the very last time I would ever talk to her and audibly hear my mom's voice. And guess what? It was. It was. It was the very last time. Did I know it then? No. But when I had to make that decision and I came back downstairs and I got into my truck and I began to panic, as I always have, as I have for 18 years, I stopped in that moment and I realized that no matter if I panicked or not, or if I was fine or not, my mom was still in for the fight of her life. And I was in for the mental fucking fight of my life. I knew regardless in that moment, and I was able to stop my anxiety. I was able to stop my panic attack right then and there because I realized in that moment that has always been the secondary emotion in order for me to avoid dealing with the first. All I can tell you at this point right now, because it's going to take plenty of videos to explain this entire thing, but your thoughts are your thoughts. But they're not thoughts only thoughts. They're commands. They're commands coming from your brain in order to avoid what's actually happening. I always sort of knew, but it took me $300,000, $400,000 in medical bills to finally figure it out. I got every test under the sun. I made plenty of ER trips, no different than any one of you. I did all of those things. I thought something was physically wrong with me. I thought something was biochemically wrong with me. None of that is true. None of that is true. Biochemically, are there things being released? Yes. But they are caused by your thoughts. What are those chemicals? I can tell you what those are. How each one of them come about. How your brain rewires in order to send you into this panic mode, into this anxiety mode all the time because of your thoughts. And its essential job function is to distract you from ever having to deal with what actually has happened to you in your lifetime, or what was going to happen, or what could potentially happen. Your what if thinking is at the core. What if? What if this happens? Instead of saying what if, where you're going to learn to say and if. And if this happens, this is what and how I'm going to deal with it, and how I'm going to get past it, and how I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to deal with it, and I'm going to boss through this shit just like I always have. I'm going to show you the way. I'm going to show you how to get through this. took the biggest loss of my life to regain the life that I've lost, if that makes sense. You can stay tuned and learn how to get through this. It's not what you think it is.